Not quite the smash cut from earlier, but we're not immortal. We're Olympus, back at it again. As you can see down below me, it's one up here for MMS. Thank you everybody for sticking through the technical difficulties, and should be hopping to this draft pretty closely. I think everybody well, everybody on XSV's side really does just want to forget what just happened. 1 kill a minute on the enemy team, an absolute stomp from everyone involved here. Not a single person went negative because there's only 1 death for the side of MMS, and XSV Lust locking back into the red side. They've got a lot of work cut out of themselves, and they've got a lot of ground to make up.
They do, kind of. And, you know, we had spoken about this, like, towards the end of the last game, is that, like, you're going to get out of this game 0-1. Like, that is a foregone conclusion at, like, the 22-minute mark. What you can do now is you can draft a little bit, maybe draft a little bit more for your comp style, and maybe just have a little fun with this one. Hopefully you can catch MMS sleeping a little bit after they just, you know, completely annihilated you, and then you can use that to your advantage. You could say, like, they're going to be a little overzealous, a little overconfident. You know, we're taking the red side again because we think that we had something on them that we just didn't execute well. And now if you can go to the drawing board and you can actually come up with something and then execute it, and get this to 1-1, then all the momentum will be in your favor. After a game like that, you're basically playing with house money, and everybody thinks it's going to be a 2-0, except for you, or at least you shouldn't. Yeah. So, so getting into this one, I don't put too much stock of what happened into game 1, as long as you yourself can do a mental reset. And for the side of MMS, you also need to do a mental reset. You cannot let this go, you know, and play like you're still 27-1.
I also do still want to see MMS take that initiative that they had for the entire time. This is a very early Silas angle here. I'm guessing it can match around. You've got a couple flexes that you can play with it. We saw a really good performance from Saint. This morning, I guess, depending on where you're at. But we saw a great performance from that, and the Karma Band definitely kind of signaling that they want to play a little bit more scaling. They don't want to get pushed out, but like the kings of pushing you out of lane is Lucian Milio, only showing Ari. What the hell?
There we go. Throwback.
That champion is so terrible now, by the way.
Oh, you just jinxed it, bro.
Absolutely gutted.
All right, well, XSV wins game 2 now.
Maybe it does, but like the Milio just does so much better. It looks better in this game. You have the cleanse. Yeah, Wave is like a pretty good tool with the two, the Silas and the Rakan just sprinting at you. Yeah. But the Milio just deals more damage. It just does more. You have more survivability. You don't have to take cleanse at all, which you're not going to anyways, Lucian. You don't have to build Mikhails at all. So not sure exactly what they're planning for that game 3 of, oh, we could go jinx Milio, which is like, why would we do that? Why would we just pick Braub with that in that case? But hey, in this game, Lucian Nami.
To be fair, though, it still does what it did, right? Like, Lucian Nami didn't really lose too much. I know, like, Nami was way overpowered. Yeah, way overpowered, especially when the diadem first came out, but now has been scaled back a little bit. But maybe it's a comfort thing. You know, if D-Shot is more comfortable on Nami, like way more comfortable on her, maybe better at landing bubbles than kicking balls, like, maybe it's a personal preference thing. I do agree with you that Milio probably would have been a little bit better here. I would much rather give Silas a cleanse than a tidal wave with 5,000 AP coming at you. But
just go Zin's out here, yeah. You see Zin? I see Zin.
Or a Vi.
They banned Vi.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Viego.
Viego.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
There's
honestly,
no
they got a tank. They got Ornn.
No, I'm talking about on XSV. Viego's really good at killing tanks.
Yeah, he's really good at killing tanks, really good at taking out squishies too. You don't want to give the Silas a free and easy ultimate here. And with the Yone, just going to be matching up, should be matching with the Ornn. We're sending that Silas mid lane, Karthus in the jungle, of course. And I respect the decision from Clutchy here, but that's a lot of pressure now. And you automatically, there's 2 Yones here, perfect. You automatically make this game about you as this Karthus. This game is about you. You and me have experience playing with a friend who plays Karthus, and every game it comes down to, does he scale? Is he able to farm fast enough? Is he able to path? And it really just makes MMS's goal very clear. Get priority in a lane, find the Karthus, kill it. If you kill the Karthus, it doesn't matter who else scales. They're cooked. They're not going to be able to play without a jungler.
Yeah, but it also is one of those where you can sort of have agency at any given point. Like once you get your malignance, you can just fire off that ult on cooldown if your team is ahead, right? And that's one thing that we do have to caveat this with. That I have to caveat this with is that like XFV, if they get ahead, if somehow the Senna is even with Lucian and the Sylas gets a kill on Ahri or something. Karthus can be extremely punishing and like very hard to deal with because he can literally just farm, throw his ult up, have so much agency in the game, and then just go straight back to farming. And God forbid Taylor Swift dies on this Viego, your entire camps are gone like quicker than Ivern can like sit down and smite on something, right? So I do like this, and yes, it is about him. It is Clutchi's game now, and when you see somebody that's really good on Karthus, though, it makes that champ look completely broken. So I'm excited to see this. Hopefully we can get into this one and get something good out of it. I didn't like the Ambessa execution, we could say. Not to say that Clutchi's bad at Ambessa, but that definitely was not the...
It's never got a chance.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Right. And Karthus is one of those champions that no matter what, can have a chance. Like you are going to be able to ult eventually, right? So XFVs just need one winning lane. Like whether that's the Yone on top into the Ornn, whether that's the Sylas against the Ahri. I don't see them getting a huge lead with Rakan Senna, but that's not the point of that lane. So if they can just get ahead on one lane, especially Kata. If Kata can have a game where they can like take on Icarus and actually do something really strong and get themselves maybe a kill instead of giving away a kill, then I think that this game can definitely go the way of XFV. On the other end, yeah, go ahead.
I'm really looking at like a game plan. If I'm sitting here, I'm looking at this draft. My game plan for this Karthus is starting bot side, starting blue, going up to the red, and just kind of telling Kata, you have one job. You've got to blow Icarus flash before my first two clears. During my first two full clears from bot to top, you need to blow Icarus's flash at some point in time. Then we can gank. It's free. The wall of pain is just so hard to deal with. Ornn isn't really going to be able to get away. Taylor Swift, in theory, should be like a camp behind Clutchi. At the minimum, Karthus clear speed's still ridiculous, guys, and Viego cannot compete with that in a perfect world. We have to kind of find out, is Clutchi an aficionado, or are they just kind of picking this because, just pick me Karthus, I want to lose in peace, and nice and quickly, and really get it going. But then for MMS, that is a lot of pressure here on Icarus, and they're on a phenomenal champion weak side. It is really going to be about how can you weather that storm, and how can Solomon and Taylor Swift match up in that 2v2, specifically finding that priority that Solomon should be getting, not over aggressing onto Sinja on the Sylas here, and just abusing the range advantage, abusing the HP advantage, and not giving the Sylas an avenue in here. Because honestly, if you're not expecting bot lane to automatically win, I don't know what game you're playing in 2026.
Yeah, and MMS has a very standard composition here too, and it's going to be very easy to execute. And like you said, the 2v2, or even better, if you can just get Taylor Swift to get behind Senna Rakan and then get a kill for Resilient here, that can also snowball that lane really, really hard. Bless you. And like Lucian can also take over this game, right? Like he's one of those champions that can absolutely just, you get to that mid game with him and he can just wipe the floor. So MMS have a lot of tools at their disposal. Obviously, we saw how good they can execute, especially when they're ahead. Giving Icarus a weak side champion, yes, it is, but also we've seen Ornn somehow beat Nars and just like stomp all over and just take complete control of a game all on their own as well. So that can also happen here, and especially with the way that Icarus played that first game, if they can continue that over into here, like this is going to be a quick 2-0. And once you get a little bit of tankiness, like Karthus isn't going to be able to do anything to you anyways. But I do agree. I think trying to get Kata a little bit of confidence early on, maybe even going for a super quick start red, get a gank off, get the flash out of there, and give Kata some breathing room, maybe something crazy like that. At the same time, MMS knows exactly what they want to do, so you may see Taylor Swift trying to maybe skip a camp so that they can be on the same wavelength as Clutchy and, get up there at the same time and actually outduel them. So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of happens.
It could be an opportunity here for Taylor Swift to look for do a quadrant reset, get an item, and then just show back up. So that way the Karthus, who is already going to be ahead, you at least have some stats from an item that you can try and take advantage of. But already on the Rift, as you can see, Kata and Taylor Swift getting pretty comfortable with each other there, just smacking away. But a big important thing, the Karthus runes, always important. Karthus runes and summoners are always very important. They tell you how the Karthus is expecting to play. And I'm a big fan of the Moneybags Karthus. I love First Strike Karthus. I think it's always great. Inspiration Trees is fine. And you don't really use Dom. You use Dom pretty well, but Dark Harvest is just kind of like, I mean, it's not the beginning of TikTok League anymore here. We do kind of actually can do the math and see the item. The rune isn't the best. It's fine. It does damage. Damage is good, but so does getting 100 gold per ult.
Yeah, and I also like Moneybags Karthus, especially concerning the fact that these games are going so... Yeah, I'm stealing that one, by the way. I love that. Especially with the fact that these games are going so quickly. I'm not just saying because Game 1 went so fast, but the games in general are faster. Yeah, they're starting to come back to... Maybe not as fast as it was last season in the beginning, as we are getting a big scrap on the left side of the screen.
On a Frostbite. It's just half HP, though. No big concern. And the big concern, though, I'm looking at that right side on the side-by-side here. Icarus is keeping up in the HP with Kata so far. You're looking for level 3, though, to really start to push Iona. You're looking to try and abuse the Soul Unbound more than anything else. You're looking to try and really pressure. And you can see on the map, too, just on that left side, you can see exactly where these jugglers are in clear speed. They're about at the same point in time, so Clutchy has some way to recover this, though, can skip the Krugs and get there in time. But top lane's already starting to get a little shaky here. Kata's low, getting dipped down. Oh no, Icarus! Fellow's breath gonna lock him down. One more smack, and it's gonna be a first blood for Icarus.
I would have really liked to have seen Kata take an Ignite here, and sort of try to establish dominance. You do have what should have been a winning lane, and now Karthus is going to have to force this if he wants to get this gank off, and you're going to get a teleport out of Icarus coming through, and the wave is kind of frozen, so maybe it ends up working out in the favor of Kata in the end. We do see that the junglers are going opposite sides here, so it should be scuttle for scuttle, as a little bit of a scrap in the bot lane now.
A little too close.
Yeah.
Melee range of Animat or a Veracity. I still can't quite see that, but D-Shot's going to pick up the kill here, looking for some extra damage from the Senna, but if you're expecting a Senna to do damage here at 3 minutes in the game, you're sorely mistaken here, and great vision tackle as here comes Taylor Swift showing on up, has the flash to get this kill. The dive comes from the tower, D-Shot in the area. You're super dead. It's delivered on over to Resilient, picking up that extra kill.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do there as the Senna, except for maybe try to give the kill over to D-Shot, right? But even that's going to be hard to do, because even if Viego takes that... Even if Viego takes the aggro from the tower, as soon as he kills you and he can get that reset into his soul and take over the body, like, that's going to go away anyway. So, yeah, or Nerosity on the Rakan trying to get a little bit of help for Sinja here, but this game is kind of going the same way that the first one did. Kata giving a kill over quickly, and then Taylor Swift getting a kill over in the bot lane pretty quickly, right? So we do see there is a huge CS discrepancy in the top lane here, 27-13 right now. So that is something that is going the way of Kata. Now they did get a good job on the freeze. The only problem is now Taylor Swift has snuck into here. Yeah,
no, we didn't see that, Kata. I'm so confident that there was a blip of vision there. Hey, why is the orange just randomly contesting this wave so that way I can walk towards the bush here? Stun coming in from the Viego. Kata, you have no flash, no way. And to get out of this, in theory, of course, they could miss this stun coming up. Here comes the crab, able to get away soul Unbound, but that's just guaranteed your death at this point. Trying to charge up. At Q3 here from the Mortal Steel, going to go over the wall, just trying to buy time, honestly, for Clutchy to get in the area. Is farming very well, but no flash as of this moment. It is so difficult to get anything done. Taylor Swift on the stolen Yone, just reminding them who's boss.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. once again, Kata did not see the Viego. I don't know whether they could have or not. That's going to be something for the coaches afterwards to say, yeah, you just missed it, right? And then Ornn pushing up. Like, the sign should have been there, but even if they were, I don't think that there was any way for Kata. Once he joined his back line, I don't think there was any way for him out of there. There was no rotation quick enough coming from mid or the Karthus, and now that huge CS lead that he had really doesn't do as much, right? Because now, even though you had the CS lead, you just kind of let it dissipate and go back over to the Ornn, who is now just 11 under instead of 16 under.
You're gonna at least feel good about that. Stuck in the shopkeeper from Sinja here, but regardless, keeping them locked in this lane here. Sylas, it's very interesting that the Sylas is this high in mana. It kind of tells me that they're not trading enough here. And Clutchy is level 6 here, so you're gonna deliver them an ult angle here for Taylor Swift. As long as you can turn into it, get that extra HP, maybe look for a little bit more. Here it comes. Requiem does no damage this early on. It's going to chunk Taylor Swift quite a bit here, but Flash Morphin, he shot to pick up 2 with the bubble. Frostbite the first to fall. It's 2 on the play. 6-0 here.
You know, Melio cannot get a double bubble like that. Just saying. Oh, I don't like that one? Whatever.
I was looking for a little more on that.
Yeah, no, that was just a really strong play from B-Shot there. Range. Yeah, it
looked good. It looked good. I'll give him that.
So, finally, the wave has eventually pushed up. I actually think the Cat has done a good job freezing this, right? Because now they're 18, 17 up. Now the wave is pushing in one more time. What is going on right here?
What is going on here? Snapback in time. Looks like Taylor Swift just didn't call over the bot lane either. Stolen away on the dragon from Clutchy. Just walked
and he's gonna get the
kill. Happy to have that leash, and is gonna get the kill. So it's on the board a little bit again here for the side of XSV Lust, and they're starting that a little faster than last game.
Yeah, and so this is one thing, right? Like, at least you did take the dragon. They're not going to have a 20-minute soul that they're going for, so that's big. Icarus somehow 1v1s Kata up in the top lane. Kata is just not having a good day.
No, it's a bad day for Kata.
Yeah, this is one of those, and I don't know how he performed last week and whether he was the shining light or he was the reason, but this is just definitely not what you want. As you're getting this close to playoffs, if they have substitutes, things like that, you don't want that conversation to be something that you're dealing with here. We just see another kill here. We are going to see up on the top side.
It's in bot lane too. Frostbite's getting so low. Brazilian did burn Flash there to try and look for the kill. But it's a Senna right now. If you look at her inventory, that is one of that's a screenshot right there. That's one of the sorriest inventories I've seen in a long time. Like, what are you supposed to? It's how can play a Senna? How am I going to deal with Sheen Caulfields on Lucian when I've got my Doran's helm? I get a little armor. Oh my god! It just XSV Lost are kind of locked into a corner here for a couple more minutes while they start this game.
Yeah, they are, and that is the one thing that they can hang their hat on this one, at least, that they do have the definitive scaling team, right? And so they can get to a point. One of the problems is definitely going to be Kata has to start playing this lane a little bit smarter. If you're going to shove this hard, you might as well just go proxy, right? Like, if you're just going to cancer shove, just go proxy. Like, stop giving him the opportunity. I think Clutchy's doing a pretty good job on the Karthus. Obviously, they've won 2 smite battles already, and now they're getting in on this one.
Again, just not respecting Clutchy here. That's a 2-level lead from the Karthus, so this is really starting to get out of favor. Needs to start calling for some help on these objectives. Chain's gonna go wide from Sinja. Solomon can't get too far forward. Void Grubs are picked up by XSV, but now the wave through the bot side here is Ornacity can't get away from the shots from Resilient, looking for a little bit extra, but not able to kill Frostbite here.
No, but that is a lot of resources blown, and you do still have Clutchy on the Karthus, who does have ult, may be able to get down there as Cat is trying to get another fight here now. I do like that idea a little bit. Yeah. I do like that idea a little bit better. I do like the idea a little bit better of him like using his E and trying to get a lot more distance there instead of just trying to fight and then getting ran down by Icarus. But I don't know. It might be too little, too late. And getting the tier 2 boots before at least getting a Vamp Scepter when Ornn has the Bramble Vest already. That cannot feel great for Kata here.
Just on your item.
Yeah, I don't
this
know
is
how much
this
I
is
like
a board.
this.
It's a board game because you're going to be side laning against the Ornn. Your whole goal is to try and live in this side lane, man. You can't even live in lane. This is where you're supposed to be like the strongest. He whiffed ultimate, and you still die. Kata, I'm so sorry, man. I cannot. Like, I saw the ping comment. Oof. I can't be quiet. Like, this is not ping. You have the good ping, and you're just going down 0-4 into Ornn on Yone. My bad.
Rough showing. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I'm sure that, you know, Kata knows they're not performing very well. And this, or it's either that or Icarus is just that good, right? It doesn't seem, but yeah, you're missing the Coloforge God. You get the flash away, and then unfortunately still doesn't have any lifesteal here at this point, and I think that's probably a little bit kind of what happened, and a very well-timed W by Icarus on the Ornn to not get knocked up with the triple Q. You know, I mean, still is keeping up in CS, I guess. I don't know. The problem is that with Clutchy being so far ahead, you don't want to be giving anybody, especially the main tank threat, you know, invulnerability for the rest of the game by giving him kill after kill. I guess the only saving grace here now is that it's not like a Dark Seal purchasing like a Gwen or something, right? Like, so at least there's not that, but just kind of rough years.
Syndicate has genuinely 0 mana, still able to find the chains. Requiem coming on down, and it's gonna be Clutchy picking up an extra kill. Your Karthus is definitely saying, hey guys, just hit tab. It's okay. Slow down this game.
Yeah, no, and I think that they will. And you said it in Champ Select. It is oh man, poor Water Cat. Yeah, you said it in the pregame. Like, this game is all about me, and Clutchy is doing that. He's doing a great job now. As now they want to try to fight over this dragon. They're jockeying for position here on MMS. And honestly, if I'm XFV, maybe just give this to them, right? Like, maybe just give them the opportunity here to just take this dragon and waste that teleport, because that is a teleport that is kind of huge. You're going to be able to get Kata a couple of waves of experience, and if you can hold Icarus from teleporting back or getting back to his lane at all, then maybe you can do something big here and get Kata a little bit more caught up here, as there's 4 members just sitting around here while the rest of the members of XFV are actually getting CS and pushing waves. So not the worst thing considering how bad it's gone.
Down 1, Frostbite's under the tower, pretty okay. Quickness gonna clock down the 2 just for a couple extra seconds. Calling mostly by the wave there, so good positioning from Frostbite and Aura Noricity. There we go, I got it right this time. It's fine. I get why Icarus ended up showing up there.
Stayed a little bit too long.
He stayed way too long. You didn't shift. I think this was a big opportunity here to guarantee the dragon with Ornn, and then just immediately reset. Thank you, Resilient. Off screen, just picking up Aura Noricity, getting a little too aggressive. It's a-okay. But like, guys, that was a really good opportunity there to just shift bot lane, move them top side, and then you're there and ready for this Herald. We saw them actually be able to. We saw Lion do this on game 3. They did that exact play. They shift top down for Dragon, and then they show obviously that they're going to be making this this shift top side with the bot lane. Look for Herald, because that's a big opportunity for Clutchy here, who's had pretty good control of the top side of this map right now. And Icarus, no flash right now, as the tangent is going to end. No Karthus game.
No, it is not going to be, but it does look like they are jockeying for this next thing here. And one thing that we can say too is that Sinja also is doing a very good job into this Ari. Like, Solomon has basically a winning lane here. Is gonna get caught out here by the Lucian with the extra slows still on here.
It's fine, right? It's fine, right?
Should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we did see earlier. Yeah, we did see a little earlier that you know, they did end up getting you know, the kill for their Karthus by actually outplaying a little bit.
Lucci's getting locked down here. Really low. Resilient trying to take it down still. Requiem available. Call the board trying to call it down. Resilient trying to live as long as they can. Donning Shadow putting in a little extra work to help them live.
They'll level up.
Solid on the backside of the fight is finding Kata, but not quite enough damage. Sinjo holding onto that Spirit Rush, though, is able to control the space, flashing onto, trying to find Resilient here. Locks it down, hunted, picked up here. It's a shutdown, looking for 2. They're able to pick it up now. Double kill here for Sinja, and they're out of the fight.
Oh, Sinja with the hero play on the back end of that, and Resilient had somehow leveled up on the backside of that play as the Blackfire Torch was ticking from the Karthus ult. So I don't know exactly how that happened, but because they weren't near a wave or anything, so now Sinja is kind of taking over this game as well. So you have Clutchy on the Karthus and Sinja on the Sylas. Both of them are saying this game is ours. At that same time, you also allowed Senna, Frostbite on the Senna, to catch up just a little bit or just enough, because all they had to do was sit there and use their ult from the bot lane to be a part of that fight and get the assist onto one of those kills there. And like they kind of like have this like system now, and their win con originally was get the Senna late, make sure that Clutchy has something in, you know, some agency in the game, especially with his ultimates, and now he's level 11, so he gets the 2. Sinja on this Karthus popping off, and all these things are kind of happening now. If we were, you know, if we didn't have Kata being 0-4 from the top lane, then like this is exactly how XFV wanted this game to go. Also, Clutchy kind of saving this game is Sinja caught out here.
Just caught out entirely. No flash, no nothing to get away, so it should be a formality. He's going to lock down a little bit of extra damage here from Resilient, but not enough to pick up a kill. It's these. I hate to use this term. I call it garbage time kills. Because like, yeah, Herald's up, but it's just before, we're not meeting up. You're kind of still in that gathering phase of the play, but I don't know. It feels like kind of free.
It does, and this is also one of those things too, where you know we always talk about, or like if you ever watch like you know videos and stuff, or coaching videos, they always say, okay, 50 seconds to Dragon, where is their jungler going to be? Like, what do you want to do right now? You want to get a kill, you want to try to like make this happen, or you could get this happen, and that's kind of just what MMS did there. They did the exact same thing, or the exact right thing that they're supposed to do. It's about to be up. We want to make a play. Let's just try to all get there and get priority here. Unfortunately for Sinja, it meant that they got to take him down, right? And so like not the best heads up, or not the best heads up play from Sinja after the hero play. A little bit of a mental mistake here as Clutchy is going to go down here, and it doesn't. Oof. Okay, gets a kill back.
Yeah, 1-for-1. It's the purpose of the Karthus, and D-Shot getting very low here. And now Shadowflame picked up as well from Clutchy. So it's scary here as MMS. Your mistakes are very costly every time you make one in XSV. I don't know. I'd put it as we've been expecting the mistakes, and so they don't feel as bad, but they also just don't feel as costly. Outside of Kata really kind of just struggling to get their foot in the door for this lane phase, it is been kind of just garbage time kills and nothing really mattering here. Here's another mistake. Resilient going to go on pretty far forward. Flash on. Oh, Fate Seal going to go wide. Resilient should be able to walk out of this one. Well, very tanky with the
actually
shot. We are making sure that you can't get away from any play here. Done inside of XSV.
Oh, extremely well done. Also, you know, they don't feel as costly because you know that you have as Sinja and Solomon almost getting together there around the red buff area, but they also don't feel as costly for XFV, I think, because you know that you have the Senna, because you know that you have the scaling in the end, right? So like everything that MMS do, they're doing on the yeah, very close to getting the charm there, but they're doing it under the assumption that they have the earlier game champions, right? Like the Ahri into the Sylas should win. The Orin into the Yone maybe shouldn't win, I guess. but you know, Viego into Karthus, like we talked about, maybe get in there and try to get like oof, that is a ton of damage on Nicole before it got from Sylas. But you know, and in the bot lane, you have Nami Lucian, one of, if not, you know, maybe the second most you know, daunting lanes to deal with, and that is only second to Milio Lucian, as you had stated in the draft. So the later this game goes, the
Keep going.
yeah, the later this game goes, the more that the mistakes from MMS are going to matter, because you have drafted into we want to get to late game. That's all they want to do. As long as they can get this game to 31, 32 minutes, almost like last patch with the Smolder, right? As long as you can get it to that point, you can / should win. And so that's why every mistake, I feel that's probably why every mistake feels so big for MMS, and it just seems like XFV, not that, I don't agree that we're expecting it from them, but I do think that that's probably why it doesn't feel as big. Also, MMS isn't getting anything huge off of the back to these plays. They didn't get 3 grubs off the back. They got the Rift Herald. They missed a dragon after getting a very good gank in the beginning. So here we go. Now Sinja's the one that's going to be caught out.
Able to get Sinja pretty far forward, but how are you going to follow Spirit Rush Silas? Able to get away from the calling? Not quite. It's going to eat a lot of damage. Chains bound, trying to find the burst. On to Resilient, dashing on away. Dawning Shadow. Not Requiem, enough right? To save. Requiem just coming off cooldown here in about 2-3 seconds. If Ornamosity can stop it, Resilient half HP. Karthus. Dearest Karthus from the top row.
Yeah, no, what a great play from Ornamosity. Whatever. What a great play from Rakon there. You know, to make sure that they got that, they got the vision from the cone, and then were able to just kind of get up there and make him and D-Shot, even though he blew the W on Nami, and I think heal too, just wasn't enough. Karthus is now 6-3-2, and I wouldn't have even hated to see him get like a Dark Seal. I know that's not the point of Karthus, but like imagine how much damage he'd be doing if he had a Mage Eyes right now. If he just never joins the fight. That's the problem though, is that you are into a VA going in Ari. So you are going to have to join these fights, and
as well.
Yeah, and die into them. So yeah, great play from XFV, and that kind of goes, you know, akin to what we were just talking about, where we say like it doesn't feel like these mistakes are killing them, and it's because they're not. Because Sinja just got a 3-for-1. They got 3 summoner spells for that, and then still got a 1-for-1 in the end.
Still picked up one, still bought a lot of time, and it's the timing, as you kind of mentioned. One of the dragons at least bought off the back, as well as the grubs bought off the back of some mistakes from Taylor Swift here, and Clutchy really being right place, right time, off of their pathing, off of their own work. It's not an accident that they've been here at these plays at this time here and not able to pick up this tower. So it's unresponded. That mid-tier one's gonna fall. Solomon's stuck in the tower. Resilient trying to do what they can. Maybe looking for a little bit of an extra bait here. Icarus over the wall does have the Call of the Forge God. There's 3 in this area, and it's 3 of probably the strongest members here for the side of XSV Lust. Call of the Forge God gonna get whiffed. Don't look. Quickness coming on through the backside, but the wave locked down. Ornamosity cannot get out of here. TP coming on through, but it's responded in kind. They're waiting for it. Well timed there for the stolen grand entrance. An exit stage left from Kata. We look past that. We keep moving on. It's for MMS.
Yeah, I don't like that teleport. I think that sometimes the play is dead before you make the decision, and I feel like that was way past decision-making time for that teleport. You were gaining ground elsewhere on the map, and to be fair, it did force Solomon's teleport on the Ahri, right? So like since they teleported there, they matched it. But I don't know. That's just like. I do that all the time too, where you respond to a play after it's already dead, and then you're just like, oh, how did we lose this? Like, how did you guys lose before I even got there? You know, but they almost got away with what was just extremely fortunate timing, right? Like Clutchy and Ornarosity like both knew that they were trying to come after Sinja there, and they were going to dive them. They almost made it there in time, and they almost made the play happen, but it's too much for them to deal with right now. And Sinja, I like it better when he's on the second part of the play instead of the first, right? Like these plays are going a lot better for XFV when he is cleaning up instead of when he is like part of getting dove on or getting initiated into. So I'd like to see maybe they do something else with that. They are going to end up giving this dragon away, and I think this is a very smart idea to try to get Kata a little bit more caught up. He is at 192 CS, right? Like, so he does have the second most farm in the game. He just also has 6 deaths, and that it just doesn't look / feel good. But if he can keep this up and he can finish this, it does look like he's going for the cringe bow here. Like if he can finish this and get this one going and get that extra shield. No, it's not. But After this, you build a get yourself an IE, and boom, you're back in the match, right?
Yeah, that's so much gold. You know, they should have it on this reset. So you just got 3,600 gold here as the Yone to pick up, and you've already got the crit cloak in the inventory. So it's not, you know, unreachable. There is light at the end of the tunnel here for the Yone, but you're looking at 4 items for 100% crit, which is like that big scaling point. It's like online, I'm ready to team fight as this Yone. So still a bit of time here to go before we really get to watch them. And I like that you brought up Sinja not being the primary engage on these plays. And I do agree with that as well, as that's going to get tabled here. Looking for the fight. Good Grand Entrance going to stop Solomon for a second. Traffic on the fight. Bait build to the back line. Donning Shadow picking up 2 of the damage. Requiem going to pop 2 here. Low for Resilient, almost barely still alive. Solomon not as lucky. HP bars blinking. MMS are out of the fight.
They are, and that's completely without Sinja. He wasn't even part of the second part of that fight. He was literally non-existent. So a great ultimate by Kata. Like, glad I can say that now. Like, just extremely strong. Oh, Sinja might be screwed. Nope, never mind.
The area. Ball of pain found. Ooh, there's more traffic. That one's not going to miss. It's going to lock down Clutchy. You don't have I guess you don't have a bounty to worry about, but cut down a little bit of a peg here.
Yeah, and that unfortunate. Tried to go save the Silas. I think Sinjo was actually kind of out once they got the chains to reach that, reach the Gromp there, and or Grubs, whatever. I think he was out, and maybe that was an unnecessary death. But you know, you did your best to try to save your Silas there. But before we were saying that, Kata actually had a extremely strong engage on that champion, and that shield bow paid dividends for him, right? Like it kept him there long enough for them to be able to get the Senna ult on the backside of that, and then follow it up with the Requiem. So the plays are there, and the team comp is there, and they just showed that they can already have that. The only thing they were missing was Sinja on the backside of that, or the second part of that play, to have that actually get even more. As
is waiting for Grand Entrance, gonna miss it over the wall. The wave's gonna lock them down. They can't even battle it. It's away. Mistake after mistake. Goranoricity is caught out. And I may be able to bring that up in a second here since we just stacked away Icarus. But a big thing that's kind of being underrated is Sinja not picking up the wave too often. Very dead on the silent play, mind you. There is no way to cross-map. They've locked this down here in the top lane with Solomon as well. It's a good play here from MMS, continuing to push this game forward, but it's much smaller steps than last game.
Yeah, it is, and it feels like XSV, like if they had a 5-game series, that by game 3 they might be able to win it, and then by game 4 they were going to win it heartily, and by game 5 it was going to be a 27-1 in their favor. But it might be too little too late. It also might not. I mean, the game's not over yet. Every game is throwable. The game was over last time. Oh gosh.
Oh dear lord. Locked down onto Kata. That shield bow doesn't help there whatsoever. It doesn't help there, man. You just get bursted.
There was nothing to even play for there. Was there? Like
no. Oh. What are you fighting for here? It's a minute to Dragon. You need to be there. You want to have all your suns, all your abilities. Now you don't have Dawning Shadow going into Dragon. You just give them soul point.
Yeah.
I'm planning on doing that anyway, but I
don't know, man. With the way Clutchy's been with his smites, I think a 50-50 you would take that, right? Like he actually has been out jungling Taylor Swift on this one. Not game 1, but game 2 definitely. Yeah. So I mean, your Karthus is extremely strong. Even if he gets into the backside there, and let's say you win the 50-50, and then he dies, and then you get 2 or 3 kills on the backside, like, it would have been a huge win. But unfortunately, for the side of XFV, they kind of went back to their bad decisions that got them in trouble in the first game.
It's been off cooldown with these Call the Forge gods. My god, Grand Entrance blocking down 3. The wave, or Noracity has to flash over the wall to get away. But a flash gone here just for a couple ultimates. It's another play not quite directly benefiting MMS, but it's going to create this opportunity for them to confidently get this dragon.
Yeah, and I think cross-map, maybe they might even go for the Baron here, as we do see, actually, yes, the teleport's coming in from the Yone, is going over to the cross-map, and I love this call. I love this call. You have to try to do something. You are at least going to get the teleport out of Solomon to try to get up here. Icarus had to back off, and so that's one thing that you did, that you at least stopped them from being able to get the Baron here, you know, and got a big cooldown with that teleport.
Does Resilient hit the tower there? I think if Resilient just hits the tower, they take the tower. Now it's gone. It's gone anyway in like 2 waves. It's fine, but still, like next wave they crash and Siege is gonna be gone. But I feel like they could just hit the tower instead of the wave, hit the Nexus, not the Vlad. But it's one of those moments as a hindsight. Big thing though, I'm hearing this Karthus. I'm hearing the comps. Can win. Can win.
Yes.
Can win. Look at items. Ping decap. Can win. Winnable. That's all that you're hearing from XSV Lust, and it is. You've got almost cap on, or not decap. Infinity Edge. It's the equivalent of decap here for the Yone. So like they're almost ready. You're almost ready to be relevant. You're almost ready to overcome the gold difference, which isn't that high. It's 1,500. Most of them in the Karthus, of course, but still. It's not that bad. Sended 3 items. Rakan's been finding some good engages, no follow-up. Sinja looks fine, and Clutchi's the carry. So the pieces are there. Just get them in the right spot.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying prior to this, and I think it was especially prominent during the play at mid, where Kata actually got off a really strong Yone ult and was able to line everything up. And now they are going to try to fight for this Baron here. The Requiem's going to come out. We'll see. Oof. Yeah.
Oh God, it's good work. Good damage already.
I was going to say they need the follow-up, but it actually was enough for them to back off of the Baron completely here. So, the flash coming out from Resilient.
Dashed already, but I feel like you would have wanted to see the ability burst here. Quickness burn. That's 2 going to get locked down. Wave and Call of Forge got to get missed. Taylor Swift picking up the Rakan, now trying to heal, trying to save D-Shot. Barely able to stay alive, but still kicking. Dawning Shadow burn. Look at the mid push. Not a bad decision here from Frostbite and Kata. They're going to get a little bit of positioning here, but eyes are setting on this Baron. They've got a 3v5 here to win this game.
Yeah, they do, and outside of a huge hero play from Clutchy here, this is a foregone conclusion that this is Baron for the side of MMS, but winnable. Let's see it here.
Can win. What are you going to do here? Clutchy with the hero play, not able to get it done. Going to die in the pit here. Wall of Pain going to slow them down
both missed it.
Seconds, but it's so close. Did smite too. Both junglers ended up smiting. So a good 50-50.
Yeah, it was, and Resilient ended up taking that on the backside there. So I mean, like you said, 50-50, like the most 50-50 you could have right there, where they both just kind of smited a little bit too early. But yeah, this is starting to get a little bit out of hand again. Now it's 24-9. Yeah, as we see, Turn Up Tom just hit the tower. Just hit the tower, guys. I mean, that's what XSV is doing, right? Like, they are still getting some sort of pressure in here. If they can just hold this wave off until Clutchy's up, that's a lot of damage from the Silas. Cold Forge got again. Just like the last time is now. They've actually staved off this push, and if they can stop the recalls from going out, as they do try, is we're going to get the reverse here.
Call of Fortune's going to go under the tower here. It's just some extra damage. I feel like that is a moment there as Kata where you kind of have to just challenge that already. Like if that is one of those moments where you just have to say, I've got the items. I have to get this kill here. I have to try and push this game state. It's my moment to not necessarily shine and take the spotlight, but it's to make the hero play that maybe isn't needed. You don't need to play hero ball here, but I think it's a free space. You die in time. You still have TP. You're gonna have your ultimate, so it's a free space. Look for that kill. See what you can get out of Solomon, because if you get a flash out of this Ahri, very uncomfortable here.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it too. Like, what if it goes the right way? What if you do end up getting the kill onto her as well? Because, like you said, he does have 3 items. He's 265 farm. It's not like he's been slacking off on that. So he's 0-7, but he does have a lot of gold spent on his items here. So it is 1,000% doable, as they are going to go in here potentially now.
Missed it, unfortunately. Maybe. This is the angle. Good wall of pain. All 5 members here of MMS have to walk on through. That's a big cooldown. Already down, though. Call the Force God. Looking for 2. Knocking up Lucci and the Rakan. Trying to dive in the back line. Quickness. Blocking down. Diving with Sanja. What can you do on a D-shot? Requiem guaranteed. It's going to pop 2. Gone here with the help of the Silas now in the backside. Taylor Swift trying to burst. Frostbite not able to get it done into the GA. Here comes Icarus, though, to save the day. MMS just bought themselves time with this fight, with this positioning, flashing on Sandra. They're going to find a change here to Taylor Swift, trying to find more burst. This Viego finally going to fall here. It's Kata's turn to try and make something happen. Still 2v2 left on the Rift.
Yeah, 2v2, and Kata actually has teleport here, or he has the Bork and he can actually get his life here. I don't think that XFV or MMS can go for this dragon here, and they don't. They pull back from it, rightly so now, as Kata is trying to take this one over.
Oh, that's going to go wide. He needs that one to land. Kata, though, adding up some extra damage on Icarus. They're going to cut down to half. The Frostbite in the area, keeping the sustain up. Solomon finds the charm. There's no quite follow-up that you need, and that's a lot of damage from the RA. Spirit Rush coming on board there. Kata gonna pop into the Soul Unbound, but can't get it done. Frostbite and Kata, in the moment that they needed it most, just couldn't get it done.
No, and they did such a great job up until that point to get all to make it look like they were gonna take that play, right? And it just kind of messed up the mechanics at the end of that play. It was really close. I actually thought they had a chance. I mean, they obviously had a chance, but Frostbite missing the root, and then Kata just kind of whiffing a little bit. Just did not work out in their favor. Now they're going to end up giving away the soul here. I don't think that Clucci knows that Taylor Swift is so far away, but they are conceding the soul. They are going to play for an Elder Flip here. But to be fair, you were down 20. What was it? 24-9, and you just had a 2-for-2 at the end of it, right? Like you had the GA from Viego, so Taylor Swift doesn't end up going down at the beginning of that play. And with the scaling team, you've hit 36 minutes now. That if I'm XFV, prior to giving both of our lives up for the dragon, like that was a really good play for them, right? Like that got them. Exactly. Yeah, it was a 50 or 50%, I guess, or a 2-for-2. When you look at the scorecard, should have been a lot higher.
Yeah, it should have. Well, the gold is pretty close. Karthus found a lot of damage with Requiem. That is the benefit of Karthus. Is every single fight you're gonna get at least 75% of the value out of this Karthus. Every fight. That's the point of Requiem. That's the point of the passive. It's the way it's gonna work. So with that damage, you should be expecting Kata and Sinja to really clean up at least one, and they were able to get that done. Taylor Swift causing a lot of havoc with that GA in the backline, so now that you don't have to worry about that, you can kind of turn your eyes towards this Baron and trying to contest this, I guess. You're like, KDA doesn't matter anymore for Kata here. It's just kind of it's a rating of performance rather than gold, because 1400, they're third in the lobby. Never mind, 19,000? From Viego. My good God, these junglers are fed. But regardless, it's high. You've got the gold you need to have your items. You have damages as Yone. You do need to start acting like it. You need to start making these plays, man.
Yeah, and if anything, you want to at least get a strong ultimate to lock everybody up and get them in so that you can get a strong follow-up from Frostbite on the Senna. She's got 3 items now. Like it's about time for that Senna to also, with the stacks that they have and the range, to start putting out a lot of damage from the backside as well. So between her and the Karthus, like, this is definitely something that they can do. Is the Requiem's going to come out while they're on the Dragon. The tier 3 is going to go out, and the teleport's coming through. They stop the Baron with that play. They get the tier 3 tower. This is absolutely huge for XFV, and this could be what turns it around here. Is now Resilient cut off from the rest of his team, but Kata going in.
But Kata is just going to get isolated from his team. Soul Unbound going to snap on back here. Finally going to fall Quickness, adding a little extra traffic here to slow the approach with the help of the wall. But oh my God, Gucci's been bursted. Sinja, what can you do? Or Naricity picking up Resilient, looking for a little extra, but 2 picks up here for the side of MMS. And Sinja has that Spirit Rush, but it's just locked down forever. And oh my God, the Heartbreaker. It's just poetry.
Yeah, just a bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. They finally make a good play. They get them to come off to the Baron, but then he forces it with the ultimate, like going inside there on Kata, using the E and then trying to ult everybody over. It just didn't work. And Sinja on the backside of that did do a lot of damage, but when your Requiem is down on your Karthus because you just blew, you kind of have to just let those plays just redevelop. You got what you wanted. I'm not repeating that, Zed. You got what you wanted. You got them to back off of that. Off the Baron, and like the wave states were where you wanted them. Bot lane was pushing, you had Ahri kind of stuck there, Solomon was stuck in the bot lane for a little bit, but then you just overcommit to a play that was just not a good decision there. And it just seems like a huge mental issue right now for XFV. However, if they can keep this one going, they are still 1,000%. They're still in the game here. We have Elder Dragon in 2 minutes, so the Baron buff will be expiring right before the Elder Dragon is up. Karthus is getting... He finally has Malignance too, so that's even more damage that they're going to be doing. I don't even know if maybe he like sells this Zonias for something else as well, as now Kata getting caught up here.
Kata's getting caught up again. Call the Board got burned. I guess the benefit is they're burning Call the Board got calling to pick up 1 kill. I would say though, with this Malignance from Klutch, would you not just start mashing Requiem on cooldown?
Yeah, I mean,
start looking for that free damage. Is that not why we go first strike?
Malignance? Yeah, that's, well, yeah. I mean, that's what I do on Karthus anyways. Now, Sinja and Ahri on the minimap, you can see here, they are going as now the phase rush or the spirit rush is also on cooldown now. So that's 3 ultimates. I think the culling may be back up before the next fight. I don't know, it's kind of close.
But, flash burn from Syndra, but D-Shot's gonna get it, as I think Solomon ran outside of the redemption there, unfortunately. So D-Shot did their best, got the kill, so they got rid of something here, but now pushing out the mid lane. They lost 2, both solo laners gone here from XSV, and you're looking at that Klutch to try and be the wave clear, and the Wall of Pain is a peel tool. Nami wave finally just gonna barely pick up Frostbite. Brazilian happy to get that kill there. Dawning Shadow doing a whole lot of nothing because this Senna hasn't had a chance to really be in this game. She's scaled for sure. Look at her items. She's strong. Yeah, you definitely should have had a mana immune earlier, but you're scaled. You're ready to fight, but there's no one around you to fight.
Yeah, no, there's really nothing we can do here.
Canada, though, doing their best. Cut down pretty low. Finally gonna fall. Brazilian happy to get that kill. Looking for the end here. It's calling onto the tower. Or Naricity. Last alive here with Frostbite. Finally gonna pop that quickness here, but it's just all she wrote. The Nexus gonna fall in a couple seconds here. Icarus on a killing spree. Deathless on the Ornn. An obvious MVP candidate for this series here, but you look across the entire lineup, anybody could get it.
Yeah, but I think that when you add what happened in game 1 that may have basically like snowballed this mental boom by Kata. Here, I think that, yeah, Icarus, 1,000%. Like, just that Renekton play was just impressive, I guess, is the word that I would use. And just dominated that entire lane from game 1 into game 2, where, you know, you were talking about trying to get him to burn his flash, and it's like, oh, why do I need to burn my flash? I'm just gonna kill this dude, you know, like, like trying to think of like some like yeah, just get like 3 or 4 minutes into the game where we want to get the flash down so that we can get a good gank, so we can get you ahead. And to be fair, Kata did do a great job of farming and creating pressure and split pushing. I would have liked to have just seen them be like, okay, we're just gonna kind of allow this Baron to happen. You keep that pressure, try to 1v1 the Ahri like you said, and you know, see what happens there. I think the problem is that like when Yone is like that far behind and you get into these situations where you're just getting blown up so quickly that there's really nothing he can do, right? And I don't know if there's any champion that's that far behind that is going to be able to survive what he did. So you know, this is one for the drawing board. This is one for the coaches to look at and be like, hey, this is where we need to improve these things. That you know as well as I do, sometimes you just play like garbage, and sometimes you just get beat or you run into somebody on their best day. And so I think, you know, with as good as XFV is and the way that they've played this entire season, I don't think that this is like a huge knock against any of them, including Kata. I think that this is just like a bad day that they had, and that they're just going to have to bounce back from. And if anything, this is locker room material that you can use moving forward to say like, okay, like everybody thinks we suck now, so let's go get them, or like whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. A lot of work here for XSV Lust, though. As mentioned, they have virtually and not mathematically quite, but virtually guaranteed themselves in the playoffs with the 4 wins earlier. So they've done their homework. They have time to kind of iron out these issues, but not a long time to my understanding. Only a couple weeks left in the season, so they've got to really figure out what's going on with the engine here. And they have some pieces to build around. Klutch looked pretty good. Sinja had some moments here. I know all the players are kind of talking about ping and whatnot, but I mean, you continue on with the series. It's your fault. So I mean, we take the results as is. The results are results. You've got to prove yourselves later on in the season, and it's a series that you just move past. You take what you can. You try and identify the issues. I don't think a roster swap is in order just because it's so late. But hey, I'm not a coach, so we'll figure out what they do later on. With that being the case, I have been Halfling, joined by Fel, produced by Romeo, and observed there by Shivam. Thank you, everybody, for being here and spending your night with us on the Friday. Take care.
Name rules.